What's up? All right, quick one this morning. So, look, you don't need another motivational quote. You don't need more hype. You don't need, what you need to do is look in the mirror. Okay. That's what I did May of last year. I looked in the mirror. Literally. I've literally looked in the mirror, not figuratively, and maybe for you, literally as well. I literally looked in the mirror in the middle of like a yoga class, a 6 a.m. yoga class, and I was like, dude, what in the absolute, you know what? Way too much girth front to back. You're on stages all over the world representing success and accomplishment and, making a decision to do something. So it's kind of like that phrase that I totally disagree with, where people say, how you do one thing is how you do everything. Not true. I probably even said that phrase 20 something years ago until I realized, no, that's not true, because you got some people that are totally ripped, fit, and their relationships are terrible. Or you got somebody who's just out of shape and totally doesn't take care of their body and they're billionaires. So, no, you don't need another coaching program that's like 50 hours of video trainings. You don't need somebody to, like, you need to go look in the mirror and go, have I really decided? Because it's in those moments of decision where honestly your destiny is formed. Like, you may have noticed recently on my social media, I made a decision there too. I made a decision because there's so much stuff going on around the world. It's just wild. And I could contribute to the noise and contribute to the fear, the anxiety, which it's easy to be fed into or be sucked into all of it. And I just decided, like, I'm not contributing to it anymore. And I don't really feel like I've done a whole lot of, contributing to the political division or whatever. But I realized, like, I can't make a damn bit of difference bitching and moaning about what's going on unless I go get involved in politics, which I'm not going to do. And so instead of me adding to someone's anxiety and their depression and their fears, I'm going to take the high road, the road less traveled, if you saw my post yesterday. So look, when it comes to your business, and here's the other thing, when you're in a peak emotional state, you have the ability to make a bigger difference than when you're not. And so, we all go through seasons and ebbs and flows in our lives. And I'm in a different zone currently than I can recall ever being in. And I think that's an advantage to you. Those of you that are involved in network marketing that are like, okay, I'm stuck, I'm not moving forward. The reason I created this thing, 16 years ago, is actually I probably created it close to 20 years ago because I did it for my own teams, was I was like frustrated with individuals that had the ability, like, you could see potential in people. I mean, I'm going to be straight with you. Not everybody is cut out to be an entrepreneur. Not everybody's cut out to do network marketing. That's the reality. So anybody says, oh, anybody can do it. I mean, I suppose, yeah, they might be able to figure it out. But like, I've seen so many people join teams of mine in the past. I'm like, dude, you got a lot of work to do. I had a lot of work to do. Some people got more, some people got less. And I got so frustrated with seeing people show up into a business and then not achieve anything. And over a long period of time, or not even take any kind of action. And it's one thing to sit there and not take any action, which is unfortunately a lot of people, versus a person that goes in and at least gives it the old college try, right? They're like going in there and they're putting themselves out there and they're doing something, and they're at least giving themselves the opportunity to experience it. They're giving themselves opportunities to fail and learn. And so you got two kinds of people, at least those that are not earning. You got the person that's sitting and doing nothing. That can be solved. And then you got the person that's doing, but they're just not producing. And so I created, we didn't call it A-Team way back in the day. when I was doing it for my own teams. But when I officially became an independent speaker and trainer, and then in June of 2008, when I launched the very first A team, I did so based on, the fact that there's unfortunately, so many people that enter this profession of network marketing, and then they don't do anything, or they do, and then they don't get results, and then they get frustrated and they leave. And I found through real world experience of running this, I'm like, oh, we can get people to do more. We can get people to improve. So it's not, like, you just have to, like, seriously, you should go look in the mirror. Maybe when I'm done with the video, like, dude, like, I was literally like this. I'm not going to stand up, but I was like literally in Warrior 2 pose. And I saw the girth from front to back. And it's not like I hadn't seen that view before. I saw it the day before. I saw it the week before. And I'm like the fattest guy in yoga class. I mean, yoga's some pretty thin people. And I just like, and I'll be real raw. Like, I would, for years, I would go into the mirror, literally in front of the mirror, and I would lift up my shirt, and I would be disgusted by what I saw, what I allowed myself to turn into. It's not like, oh, you're big boned. The excuse is like, no. In fact, what's actually even more crazy is when I started this journey, when I made the decision, like, some of you need to make the decision that, like, I need to step up my game, which is, A team starts on Monday, man. What are you waiting for? You think you're going to do less by coming to do A team? It's impossible. Lift up the shirt, not happy at all with the way I looked, stopping, because I never made the true decision. And it wasn't until May of last year I made the decision. And I talk about this all the time in business, because I'm an example of how you do one thing is not how you do everything, because I've crushed it in business. But then I'm like looking at myself going, dude, like, how many before pictures do I have in my phone? I haven't bothered to count it because I got way too many pictures in there. But I'm like, I got like probably 50 before pictures in my phone. I'm still working on the after. What's interesting is I started out at 214. I didn't weigh myself this morning, but I am weighing myself pretty much every day. It's like I'm ranging between 161 and 163. And I thought, like, oh, one day I can get down to like, if I can get down sub 180, maybe if I get to 175, that's how much I came to the realization that, man, I got so much, like, I held it. Like, I held a lot more weight than I thought I would, to go from 214 to 161. I thought I'd get down to 175. That would be great. I don't think I'm going to push it any further. I'm just lifting weights and working out and trying to, build more muscle, and maybe I'll end up at 165 with more muscle. I don't know. Anyhow, I wanted to just come in here today because, again, you guys see me coming in here, going live. A lot of folks that follow me are involved in the direct selling profession. Not everybody, but many people. Is your business, are you really rocking it in your business? Are you like, if you're showing up every day and you're crushing it, you don't need me. You're looking in the mirror every day and asking yourself, hey, would I hire me? And you're like, heck yeah, I'd hire me 7 days a week and then some. But some of you guys I know aren't, because I know the numbers. I know the percentages. And it's like, how much longer are you going to continue to just cruise along? I keep doing this thing year after year after year because it works. There's no way for you to come and work with me for 90 days with a total focus on productivity and getting things done, improving your confidence, improving your skill sets, and being held accountable. Like, hold me accountable, Todd. You can't do less. So if you know you could be doing more, like look, I mean, you can see the price points on the page. It's not even that expensive. And I've continued the discount. I've like we were like changing it on the 31st. We were switching the prices over. I didn't even switch the price over. I'm probably not. I don't think I'm going to do it. So you're still getting it at a discount. I know it was the early bird discount. You can get mad at me if you want, whatever. But I was like, I'm here to serve people. And like, if you're going to make $100 excuse or whatever. Like, I can't do it because it's more than, I'd rather have more people in than less. Make the decision. Look in the mirror. Go leave this, if you're driving, why are you watching me on video if you're driving? If you're sitting at your desk, go to the potty, look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, could I be doing more? And if you can't every day, if you can't every single day, go in the mirror, look at yourself in the mirror and say, hey, would I hire me? If you can't say, heck yeah, every day, I would hire me. I mean, yeah, granted, okay, every once in a while you have a day like, no, I chilled today, man, just fine. But if every day you're like, oh, every day you're like you're lifting up your shirt and you're disgusted and you haven't yet made a change, when are you going to make the change? Now would be a good time. We start Monday. What's your excuse for not doing it? I mean, the only excuse I can think of is like, oh, dude, I'm killing it. If you're killing it, then you don't need me. But if you're not, you know you could be doing more, you want to be doing more, but you're not, then it's time. It's go time. You can see it in front of you, toddfalcone.com/team. That's the registration page. Go do it. Love to have you. I'm in a really good state of mind right now. And there's, it's pretty interesting when you're working with somebody who's like in a peak emotional state. Never been in a better state. You could reap the rewards of that by being part of this thing. Let's get you to do more. Let's get you to step up your game. All right. Short one. I'm out. I got to go do another Zoom. We'll see you.